Well, if you're lucky, you're going through some hell of challenging times. If not, then I wish upon you so much uh, challenging times and, hate to say it, but suffering. Just enough to where you don't collapse, but you just fall completely together. Yeah. And you get off of social media and you fix a burrito. I see particularly me being Mars ruled, and then I have a hefty, well, we can add Venus in there if you want. Venus, Sun, Pluto, Mars, Mercury, Uranus conjunction. I'm looking at my kitten. Isn't that great? Just see, I was just gonna say, please, either give me some fuzzy kittens or bring your fuzzy kitten side to me. You know, avocado sandwiches. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, thank you. What are you doing? She's trying to go pee pee. It's just uncool, when um I don't know, I'm here and I notice the cat that wants to pee in the corner, and she's this small and I need to put a litter box in that corner. It's just a small little thing that I need to set up even though I'm here and I clean it up. I'm keeping it clean. These are fortunate cats and so am I, and the thing is I would like to, and I do, I want to be able to help people out. So the information that I'll be trying to, hopefully it refines and condenses down. I will continue to do it for free with just asking donations, really. And I don't know when my address is going to kick in because it's just the same as anything else, like Patreon and stuff. You see, babes, I'm heading for a complete and total turnaround in my life. I don't have to, I don't have to struggle the way that I'm doing. Um, I happen to think that the population is under a spell. There's people doing spell work, and if you are alert and alive and awake and aware, you can get the sensation and know for sure. See, babes, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual leader. Like a lot of people don't like that sound, spiritual leader, but no, I've been on here suggesting that perhaps maybe your nerve endings are your leader and main informer. Whoever has the most sensitive system to the point of so-called, paranormal, pardon me while I'm looking at what the cats are doing, to where that they become a machine like equal to a lie detector machine or a MRI machine or an X-ray machine. In fact, those machines are only emulating the perfectly human capabilities, because we do work with EMF waves and if it's electronics that does that, if it's EMF waves, it's if it does that, if we need a way to envision or see or scan or feel. I would argue that, or not argue, but I would put it on the table that a human being is even more accurate than the machinery that they had come up with from having, in fact, done experiments, particularly the World War II experiments, is where they did the electromagnetic wave frequency experimentation on the brains. But that's, I mean, on a scale where it's up and running and they know how to transmit certain um, frequencies that are equal to, say, emotional states. Very basic to understand that, and so, but that's nothing new, and there's patents, and it's definitely ongoing and happening, and really weird to think about because, no, it's going on, and see, the reason why to bring this up, particularly right now, we can feel, see, we have this Mars squaring Neptune this here. Well, it's happening, I think, exactly on the 3rd of September, and I'm going to probably put this on like the 4th in between the other videos that are somewhat, well, they're all kind of amazingly empathetic, but let's get back to the message that could possibly be here. Thank you. Um, with the Mars square Neptune, it's a big be careful of, please lay off the alcohol. I tried to tell you, but anyway, in particularly the subject matter of radiations um, that are communicating. And how about the stuff that communicates to us that we don't even know it's there communicating? Like, well, check this out. This isn't far off, and probably it's operating somewhere, of course, in China or someplace where cat is so cute. Where, like you're walking down a shopping mall complex. I mean, I don't know what you are by then, as far as I'm concerned, see, because I'm hardly there. If I'm there, it's like seeing an ancient Aborigine traverse New York City or something. You're like, lady, uh, no makeup, huh? Let's talk about makeup, right? The fake people. But I was talking about, well, I mean, how is it fake or what is it? I don't know. It's just highly technological. Good for you. You have been preserved by whatever it is that you are spackling on within and without your entire. Thank God for editing with this. I was just trying to tell you, imagine this, but it's happening. You're walking along the city streets, and there's shops and this and that, and when you get close enough to them, they're emanating a vibrational frequency because, well, they have that technology there, and it's all about advertising, right? And you don't even know that you're going in there being bombarded to hell. And you know what's weird is that human beings, they do what is called, it's weird to look into this. But think with me, I do it right in front of your face, daring, talking about getting into trauma bond, which is abuse, but but you're getting a feed on top of it. Say, let's say, first of all, you were lured in, say, by just your cappuccino that was really good tasting, and there's a deal, $2.50 off. So now you can afford some with your friends, but now, see, with that though, you're walking in and you've got your mind on about that, but you're being bombarded with an undercurrent of vibrational frequencies that, well, everybody knows that the cell phones are doing precisely this for us, and it's abuse. It's because they shoot. Now, this is what could be happening on Shauna's Wi-Fi. They shoot euphoric sensation, the sensation of hey, this is the most interesting thing right now, and laugh at it. It's jolly, um, amazing, and it's like, no, and you can just about know when they are doing that. It's weird. You can do this too. This is the most amazing fucking experiment ever to hit human, the potential to become human, by the way. If they just figured it out, see, they are a technology full, like what I'm saying is equipped with vibrational frequency, EMF waves, the capability of what? Telepathy, communication, remote viewing, lie detector, MRI viewing, X-ray, that is the truth. And all of these technologies that we do have that are separated out and in your hospital doing these things, down to it's just electromagnetics, has been derived from having studied what is going on with the entire the field. I was going to say the universal field, but it's human, babe. This is a human situation here, and our hearts are directly in connection with all of the universe. You get your little eyeglasses and look to try to find out what's out there, and it's really peculiar because there's something out there, and the cameras do pick up on something, and it's amazing. And so, talk about cameras, and I've talked about a lot of stuff on here anyway about the witness, and we can make a nice little twisty out of it that is equal to like a cinnamon roll, but more flavors than ever. Maybe it's more like a chocolate truffle, something. I like that idea, dark chocolate cinnamon roll. What I mean is like this ever refining and potent um, little cookie to think about, when you have a little of a taste of it. What is exactly happening here as far as, yes, no, if we do um, unwrap the technological world here and what's really going on, like what is really going on? Why would they have this? What is it? See, um, we are living. See, I wanted to continue on. I wanted to talk about this. That now it's kind of in the air. I can detect it, and I want to tell you what it is. Is that ability to transmit and advertise things, and on a level that's like it's boundaryless. It's always been that. Hey, if you can get away with it, set up your squawk boxes and make an announcement and see that. But the thing is who controls those technologies that enables it to be done and amplified on a massive scale. Inquiring minds want to know. Do you remember when they used to advertise like that? They said inquiring minds want to know. They advertised selling magazines on the TV, which is interesting. If we can ever misuse or abuse the potential of any of this, it's to spam it up like that, you know. And we see how that the PC, if anybody's paying attention to this time era that we're in, and if you were here for more than 35 years, then you are a part of this. I mean, you're either witnessing it or you're not. You're not paying attention. You are distracted, most likely, and that's the name of the game. But see, while putting things in front of us, saying that you have a chance to undistract your fucking selves and condense up, focus up, algorithmically start functioning. See, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm a targeted individual since the beginning of time. Not only because I'm a woman and an artist that does intuitive living, and I live in a world that I'm kind of outnumbered by what gets strength in number, and um, I don't disrespect people's lifestyle. You see, it's just that if it's toxic or if it's too much ego behind it, don't you know that, like they say, all the world's a stage, and can you drop your mask every once in a while and just like zoom out and hang the costume up? I mean, not just when you are passing away and literally getting rid of your body while you're dying, but that you know that that's part of your so-called rebirth that the Christians are talking about all the time. At Heist, by the way. I picked up on that a long time ago. It was like, these people that put the thorns on, pointing from the head, and Christ is over there on the shish kebab, and let's build a church on top of it. Those people are definitely at Heist. If we want to be clear at what at Heist means, um, miserable, highly well. They make the miserable happen. Miserable, sorry. That's not even a word, miserable. Look at the two words that are there, miser, able. There you go. But we've already seen this, right? At Heist, it's nothing new here. I have to put on the special way of me delivering it to us. It's my media. Well, I like the way it's me, but see, at Heist. And what's ripping us off? Hellhole up here. That one there that says I am in fact more real than reality, outer space, and the truth floating around there, just memory. Within and without, baby, I am the ruler. And it's like you can the saying goes is you can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So now you see the light, stand up for your right. Clay, get up, stand up for your right. What's your right? Well, see, if you get your language down, you can say this really if you really get a grip and you really know you're like, fuck, that's fucking weird how they tell us, but really I'm gonna say it. I take my right to remain silent. What is that, mommy? Well, well, Billy, there's a silent movie that you are participating in, and there are poets on this plane whom I would like to tell you with my words right now because I know you think that I'm not being silent now, but I am. Because this is a silent movie, and within it you can hear chatter, and you can tune it in, tune it out. I mean, any good Indian chief is doing that. They kind of look and they're like, this is my new saying. Well, they didn't soil themselves. I will continue to gauge their demeanor and their behavior and kind of put what they're saying on mute. Be like more like, well, I mean, don't let them transmit into you a crock of crap, especially from the Channel 4 news or anything. Nothing. Just figure, you know what? We have very little time here, and do you know how important it is to be fucking quiet? Sorry, pardon me while I did come up to the mountains, and we get kind of, if you get just a teeny tiny bit of it, then you're well on your way, babe. Look. Oh, we've got to wait one more day, but no, I have some good food. But they need a variety of food, and I understand that. And I understand that too. It's just you don't have to feel hopeless about it, especially if they're little baby kittens. They're anxious to eat a lot of things. They had some of my oatmeal, but I don't like it because I put a little bit of brown sugar in there, and it's not even good for me, let alone them. But I'm excited that they want to eat things, But they get tired of just like one thing, and you shouldn't really. None of you, none of us should be giving any domestic animals, including dogs, um, dry food, dry kibble. Throw it out, forget it. I mean, if you can make it wet with some kind of broth or something, maybe, but I'm going to let myself go. Have a beautiful day.